Hello everyone, welcome to Move Well, Live Well. We've been getting a number of people coming in here with issues regarding their pelvis. What's happening with these folks is they're having a weird, diffuse, sometimes sharp pain within the pelvic region a little bit. It could be either one side, it could be right or left. Sometimes even pain even in the low back with regards to this. And what's happening with these folks, I got Mr. Spine over here to kind of demonstrate what's going on with these folks. And what's happening is they're experiencing what they call a pelvic rotation. So this is your pelvis right here. This is the pelvic bowl. This is your ischium here. The pelvis is actually made up of a number of bones. You got the the ilium here, and the ischiums are down here, and then you have the pubis in the front. So there's actually three separate bones that have fused together over time. So again, the ilium, the ischium, and the pubis in the front. So this is the back part of it here. This is your sacrum, which is the kind of the tailbone of your spine. But what's happened with these folks is normally when we walk and stuff, there's a joint here. This is the sacrum, this is the ilium. So the SI joint where these two bones meet. What happens is that this either gets stuck backward or this gets stuck forward. Simply due to the mechanics of their daily living. Typically what happens if you have like tight hamstrings, which attach kind of down here, if you have tight hamstrings, if one side is tighter than another, it'll pull this side down a little bit, and this sucker gets sometimes stuck backwards. And if, for instance, the quad in the front on this side is tighter, it'll pull it forward. So then you have kind of this pelvic rotation going on in here, if you can kind of see that. I'm exaggerating the movement in here because the movement is not this great. But what happens, this gets stuck backward, this one gets stuck forward, and you have this weird pelvic rotation going on here. And then you have this weird diffuse pain in the pelvis, either on one side or another, or even pain in the low back. So, with this pelvic rotation, how do you fix this? How do you make this go back to where it should? Well, there's an actual technique here that you can do to help alleviate some of that, get that pelvis rotated back to where it should be, and eliminate some of that deep pelvic pain. Sometimes you can't sleep at night because you can't find a comfortable position, or you're walking, it just seems off in here. Sometimes even when you're driving, you can have a little bit of pain kind of in that pelvis. Even toward the groin area, you can have pain in there because of this pelvic rotation. And obviously it wreaks havoc on if you're doing any kind of movement such as squatting or lunges. When you're doing those movements, you're going to have imbalance, and you're going to have pain and discomfort. You might not even be able to do those particular movements because of that pelvic rotation in there. So how do you fix that? Well, what you do is you get up, you get on your back. So just like this, you get on your back. You're going to bring your femurs in this position here, and you're going to do what we call kind of a push-pull. So you're going to be pushing here but resisting, and you're going to be pulling here. So push-pull. So I'm pushing this way but I'm resisting, and I'm pulling this way but I'm resisting. So push-pull. And you're going to hold that for 3 to 5 seconds. And then relax. And then you're going to switch. Pushing this way, pulling this way. And then 3 to 5 seconds, and then relax. And then you switch again. Push, pull. Good. And do that 3 to 5 seconds, and then this way. 3 to 5 seconds. Alternate between those two 3 to 4 times to rebalance that rotation, to retrain those muscles to not hold on to those insertion points in the pelvis. And then you finish out with like a ball. This is just a medicine ball. It's kind of soft. It's kind of like a yoga ball. And what you're going to do is you're going to place it between your knees. Place it between your knees like this. And you're just going to squeeze 3 to 5 seconds. And relax. And 3 to 5 seconds. And relax. Do that 3 to 4 times. And sometimes you may feel a clunk. You may feel the pelvis You may feel one of these, the SI joint, you may feel one side versus another. You may feel it kind of slip back, if you will, slip back. You can feel it change in there. And then all of a sudden, you should feel that discomfort start to alleviate within the pelvis itself, or even in the low back, that discomfort, those tweaked muscles start to relax and finally go, oh, this is where I'm supposed to be, this is what I'm supposed to do. Because what happens is, in a vain attempt to restore this rotation like this, those muscles just tighten up in a vain attempt to try to bring this back to where it should be. So instead of here, it's trying to bring it back here straight. So again, start off on your back. You're going to do push-pull, 3 to 5 seconds, 3 to 5 seconds, 3 to 5 seconds. Do that 3 to 4 times on both sides. Then you finish off with good old med ball, or a soft, you can use a Nerf ball or something like that, something soft where you can squeeze. Do that 3 to 4 times at 5 seconds each contraction. Keep doing that until you feel relief in through this area where these guys finally go back to where they should be. Sometimes you'll even feel a clunk or a slipping back of one of the joints. And once that happens, then you know you've achieved the proper position for your pelvis. So, if you have any questions with pelvic rotation, feel free to drop them off in the comment section below. Please like, subscribe, and share. By liking, give it a thumbs up so that way it lets us know you care. And subscribe so that way you don't miss any videos coming down here in the near future. And share this with others so that way they can benefit from what we're talking about here in these videos. Again, we thank you for watching. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.